few weeks ago when I was speaking with Richard's executive assistant, Pat Fitzpatrick, and we were talking about Tom. She, as everyone has said, Tom treated everyone the same, everyone with respect, everyone with dignity. And Pat said to me, you know, I'll just never forget one day, the day after Tom was teaching a class, he was just hysterical about something that he had said in class, which was Tom, you know, laughing about his own jokes with the rest of us. And she said, somebody asked a question in class, and Tom said, do you have a question mark? Oh my God, I'm so funny. Do you have a question mark? And he kept repeating that over and over. So that really captured Tom for me and his humor. And then as the chief academic officer, historically on most campuses, the chief academic officer and the chief financial officer have a strained relationship because one is always asking for money and one is never giving money. But I have to say that when Tom came to campus, about a week or two after he came to campus, he said, or one of us said, let's go out and have dinner together. So we went to a diner, and Richard, we went to a diner. I had salad with grilled chicken, and Tom, I don't remember what we talked about, but I just remember it was everything that was fattening and fried, and he just devoured every bite. But one of the things that he said during that dinner, and this was 6.5 years ago, he said, Devorah, I will always put the students first, no matter what. That's my highest priority. And he lived by that. So last summer, when Tom passed away, I was on vacation in Portland, Oregon, and Richard called and said, Tom passed away. And I sat down and I said, I need to just write for a moment about Tom. And what I wrote about Tom, when I was thinking about what I was going to say today, I reread what I wrote about Tom, first draft, from my heart, first thing that I put down on paper, and I said, that's what I felt then, and I felt like it really captured how I felt then and how I feel now. So I'm just going to read to you these few paragraphs about how I felt the minute that Richard called and told me about Tom. I came to know Tom when he first started working as the vice president and chief financial officer at Wagner College. Over the years, Tom and I shared innumerable opportunities to work together as colleagues and friends. As the CFO, Tom needed to pay attention meticulously to the college finances. Never once in his efforts to be attentive to the finances did he forget that the purpose of the institution is to serve our students. With this shared philosophy, Tom became my partner in everything that we do at Wagner College. I do not recall ever having had a closer professional relationship with a colleague. Tom was always respectful, always honest, always trying to make things work, and always kind and compassionate. During our years together, we were able to blend the professional and the personal. This began when Tom and I co-hosted a national conference at Wagner College. Preparations for this conference began months and months before the conference began. Tom and I met weekly to coordinate our efforts to deliver this conference. Our meetings consistently included much work, much laughter, and a developing friendship that continued without interruption for all the years to follow. During our times together, he talked about his commitment to integrity and caring in everything that he touched. Inevitably, our conversations would turn to his wife Cheryl and the girls, and the three people he cherished more than anyone else in his life. He would talk about the accomplishments of each in athletics and in academics, their short-term dreams and their long-term visions. Every time he regaled me with stories of his family, I was struck by how deeply Tom took his responsibilities and his passion for every person in his life and at his place of employment. We often referred to Tom as the Boy Scout. Why? He approached everything, whether his family relationships and obligations or his employment responsibilities and duties, with integrity, care, and honor. I am sure that all the messages that Tom and his family will be receiving will have the consistent theme that I have tried to articulate. He was a man of honor, a man of good judgment, a man who loved his family, friends, and colleagues, and a man who will be missed every single day.